So our first political maniac comes from the journalism blog Romanesco, and they obtained a couple memos from the Associated Press, which basically says that husbands and wives, the terms referring to people who are married, are for straight people only. So the first memo says that when asked at a report about same-sex couples who call themselves husband and wife, our view is that such terms may be used in AP stories with attribution only. Generally, AP uses couples or partners to describe people in civil unions. They then later issued another memo to their reporters saying that people who call themselves husband and wife, our view is that such terms may be used in AP content if those involved have regularly used those terms, or if it's a quote attributed to them. Generally, AP will continue to use couples or partners to describe people in civil unions or same-sex marriage. What do you think, Richard?
Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting one, Pete, because I mean, I don't know many gay couples that call themselves like husband and wife.
Or husband and husband. No,
they just say, yeah. Most folks say that.
They don't say, "This is my husband."
They're partners.
No, but they'll say husband, but the other person's like, "Oh yeah, that's my husband." I'm like, "Oh, that's my wife."
This is my partner.
No, well, they would both say that it's their husband.
Yeah, but that's fine. I think that how that reads to me, at least, it reads that you can't say husband and wife to describe a same-sex couple.
No, it's separate. It's separate.
Yeah, you
can't say husband to describe,
husband
two
and
gay men, or wife to describe.
Yeah. It's the whole thing. And you also, out of deference to all the people that are in the LGBTQ community, a lot of progressives like myself refer to their girlfriend or wife as their partner,
as their life partner.
Yeah, or just partner.
That was something I had to get used to when I joined the full fold of progressive. I'm like, this is my life partner, and I'm like, what? Your wife? He's like, no, my life partner. I'm like, what the hell's the difference?
But I think this is important because AP style guidelines govern pretty much all formal or semi-formal journalism, and how it's written, everything down to where commas go.
Luckily, we don't follow AP guidelines here on the Fowler Show.
We do not. And the issue with this, though, is that it creates a separate but equal situation where you refer to certain married couples one way and certain married couples another way. I think everyone should be referred to as partners. Make it equal.
I can see that.
I mean, that's a tough piece for me. I see where you're coming from here, Pete, but I mean, husband and wife have been around for a while.
I'm not saying you can't use the words in general. I'm saying just
talking about for journalism.
Stories. Yeah, just in AP style.
I respect that.
But I mean, I have to to some extent I have to agree with Rich here. I mean, I think if it's a husband and a wife, I think it's deferred to the people that you're interviewing, how they feel about themselves, and I think that their self-expression should be featured in the story. That's how I sort of see it.
But
and if you want to be husband and wife, you're husband and wife. You want to be life partner, your life partner, life partner. You want to be husband and husband, husband and husband, wife and wife, wife and wife, horse and dog, horse and dog.
Horse and dog?
Horse and pony show? Horse
dog.
Oh, okay, I get the reference now. All right, that was weird. Half horse, half dog.
I mean, that's just how I see it. I think it's based upon the people that you're interviewing, but clearly we at the Fowler Show don't follow AP guidelines.
They make a nod to that though in the memos too. They're like, if it's a quote, you still use it however it's used, and if it's if that's how they referred to them, if that's how one partner referred to the other partner, that's how you might use it.
Do you use that in the context of the entire story after that?
No,
or do you
only in quotes or an obituary where you're being like, if that's how they called themselves. So no, it's not a global rule. Interesting.
AP, man.
AP.
I'm glad there's someone out there thinking about all this stuff, though.
And I'm glad it's not me.
Yeah,
whose job is it to make that decision?
They have a whole AP has a whole department that just works on the style book.
Oh, so this is style book stuff.
So it's editor in charge of style for the AP probably or something like that. Director of Style Operations.
I'm the Director of the Style Operations at the AP.
Very similar to the guy who runs the dictionary for Merriam-Webster. He's
well, the dictionary is a lot more looser because bling bling booty.
Oh yeah, they put tons of stuff in the dictionary now, and I'm like, really?
That's a dictionary word? Sexting is now in the dictionary.
Yeah,
sexting.
That was a big one this year.
In the dictionary, that means it's real.
I can see that one. I think bling bling being in the dictionary,
bootylicious.
Probably forget about that. Yeah, bootylicious in the dictionary.
It's in the dictionary. Mind you, that word has not been used since the Destiny's Child Survivor album. Just for the
has not been used since then.
So do they cull stuff from the dictionary too? So words that no one uses anymore that were a fad word?
No, because I think at some point in time it's still part of the American language.
Oh yeah, it's part of like the canon of American literature.
Yeah.
Bootylicious. Part of
Bootylicious.
the canon of American
And
literature. I'm glad I got to
sexting.
say that.
Yeah, that's
Only in America.
but it's funny because words like that, and I'm sure they have a whole committee specifically designed to select which is considered like a national word, because there's so much regional slang that goes on in the United States, and words come in and out of play. I'd be interested to see where they draw the line on what is immortalized in the dictionary and what they consider just a fad.
Right. What just only makes it the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Urban Dictionary is
is
next
hilarious.
level.
Such a great resource.
I mean, we could make up a word right now and put it in the Urban Dictionary, and we're good.
Yeah. We had when I was in college, we put a word in the Urban Dictionary. It was called muffins. And muffins referred
That's
to
actually a word, Richard.
No, not like muffins that you eat. It was no definition of a word.
People use that word.
Like muffins refer to alcohol. We had to go get muffins.
No.
That's what we used it in college. And we had a Wikipedia page for a while, and then they took it down.
A muffin, like people, when you call someone a muffin, it's usually like saying like she's a great dame, or like one of those other like 1950s derogatory toward women words, like underhandedly derogatory. Good job, toots.
Because I just sneezed. Did you call me toots?
No. I was talking about 1950s terms for women that no one uses anymore because they're really condescending.
I still use the words toots. Hey, toots. How you doing? Good to see you.
I hear you say that all the time.
It's when I use my Boston accent. How do you vote for the political maniac, Rich?